Chosen one, stop what you're doing and listen. This is not just another video. This is not just another message. This is a divine moment, a holy interruption, a message straight from the spiritual realm. If you're here, God has allowed you to stumble upon this for a reason beyond comprehension. This is His last warning to you, His final whisper before the shaking begins. The veil is thinning, time is almost out, and what you do next will echo for eternity. You are not who they said you were. Since birth, you felt different, misunderstood, out of place in every room, like your soul was dropped into the wrong world. You were called strange, too sensitive, too intense, but in truth you were set apart. You carry a spiritual frequency that this world cannot decode. It's not that you don't belong, it's that you're meant to stand out. You're not just another person wandering through life, you are God's chosen vessel. They tried to mute your mission. The world tried to silence you. It buried your light under shame, trauma, and confusion. It made you question your worth, your path, your sanity. But deep within you, something never died, a fire that wouldn't go out. That was God, guarding the flame of your purpose, even when you forgot it was there. You were awakened for such a time as this. The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The isolation wasn't rejection, it was protection. God has been awakening you slowly, giving you signs through numbers, dreams, encounters, and unexplainable moments. He's been revealing the layers of illusion around you, the systems, the people, the energies that never had your best interest. This isn't New Age. This isn't religion. This is your soul remembering its assignment. This is why you feel the urgency. Have you noticed it lately? That pull in your spirit, the urgency in your heart. Something inside you is screaming that the time is now. And you're right, the time is now. The final instructions are being handed out. You're being called to wake up fully. No more pretending, no more running, no more shrinking. There's something about you the enemy fears. The enemy has studied you since birth. He knew who you were before you knew. That's why the attack started early. That's why you were targeted, abandoned, and betrayed. He tried to break you because he saw what you were about to become. But you didn't break. You bent, you wept, but you never fully broke. Because chosen ones are built differently. Your silence has expired. Chosen one, this is your final warning. You can't stay hidden anymore. You can't play small to fit into rooms too low for your spirit. You weren't called to fit in, you were called to shift atmospheres. This is your spiritual due date, and delay is no longer an option. God is saying, I've waited on you, now I need you. You carry divine technology. Inside you is more than wisdom, it's divine code. You were encoded with solutions for a time the world hasn't seen yet. Your mind is prophetic, your spirit is ancient, your purpose is heavy. This is why normal life never satisfied you. You were never meant to live a normal life. You are a spiritual disruptor, a divine voice in a dark time. You feel things others do. You sense energies when no one else notices. You feel grief in rooms where no one's crying. You wake up in the middle of the night for no reason, yet something tells you it's not for nothing. You're spiritually wired to perceive what others ignore. This is not a curse, it's your confirmation. God is cleaning your circle. Have you noticed who's been falling away lately? People ghosting you, friends disappearing, connections fading. It's not coincidence, it's clearance. God is removing what can't go with you to your next level. Some people were assignments, not lifetime companions. Let them go. You are in a divine initiation. This season feels like fire, doesn't it? Like everything familiar is breaking, like the old version of you is dying. That's because it is. You are crossing over into your true self. It's messy, it's painful, but it's sacred. Don't resist the breaking. It's how God reshapes His chosen ones. You're not late, you're being aligned. You've questioned your timing, your path. But heaven operates differently. Divine timing feels like delay to humans, but it's actually alignment. Every detour, every heartbreak, every closed door. It was leading you right here, to this moment, to this choice. This is God's final nut. Chosen one, you've received the dreams. You've heard the whispers. This video is the confirmation you've prayed for. God is no longer nudging, He is warning. The window is closing. The shift is accelerating. It's time to walk fully into who you are. You are assigned to your generation. The world needs your voice. You are a message wrapped in flesh, a spiritual weapon disguised as a human being. Your life is not just about you. It's about every soul tied to your obedience. When you rise, they rise. When you stay asleep, they suffer. It's bigger than you. Let the old version die. You can't take your old habits into your new calling. You must release the addictions, the fears, the toxic comfort zones. God is calling for total surrender, not partial, not convenient. The old you must go so the real you can emerge. This is transformation, and it's irreversible. Don't ignore the signs again. The repeated numbers, the dreams, the strange encounters, the unease. These aren't coincidences, they are messages. God doesn't speak once, He confirms, He repeats. But eventually, His silence becomes judgment. And this might be the final confirmation. The shift has begun. There is a shaking happening across the earth, a spiritual shift that is only visible to the awakened. You felt it in your body, in your spirit, in your atmosphere. Don't let the world distract you. This is your assignment season. Step in, wake up, move with the Spirit. Or be left behind in the noise. You were chosen before you were born. God marked you in the womb. Before your first breath, He gave you a blueprint, a mission. Life tried to erase it, but God is restoring it. This moment is your invitation back to purpose. Will you answer it? You are not alone. There are others like you hidden in the crowd, watching this same message, feeling the same pull. You are part of a divine remnant, a spiritual army. You are not crazy, you are not broken. You are one of God's secret weapons. And now your cover is being blown. This is your hour. No more running, no more waiting for the right time. This is the right time, right now. Step into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Chosen one, rise. Because the kingdom needs you awake. If your spirit is stirred, if your heart is pounding, it's not just a feeling, it's a confirmation. God is calling you, chosen one. Comment, I receive this below. Like this video, so it reaches more of God's hidden warriors. Subscribe to the Chosen Era, because your awakening is just beginning. And remember, this wasn't just a message. This was your final warning. The spiritual war is personal now. This isn't just about light versus darkness in the world. It's about light versus darkness inside of you. The attacks have gotten more subtle, more psychological, more spiritual. Because the enemy knows he can't stop you externally, he tries to confuse you internally. He distorts your thoughts, manipulates your emotions, and feeds you lies wrapped in logic. But your discernment is increasing, and soon you'll see through it all. Your dreams are not just dreams. The strange symbols, the visions, the battles you fight in your sleep. They're not random, they're not fantasy, they're spiritual downloads. God has been speaking to you at night because your daytime is too noisy. And when you start to interpret those dreams, everything will change. You'll remember who you are and why you came here. Your presence carries weight. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere shift? People glance at you. Some are drawn, some are triggered. That's because your spirit speaks even when your mouth is silent. You carry light, and light exposes. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. You were made to make the darkness uncomfortable. You're not crazy, you're chosen. You've been told you overthink, that you're too emotional, too sensitive. But in truth, you are spiritually attuned. You hear what others ignore. You feel what others suppress. You sense what others deny. That's not weakness, that's awareness, and it's a gift. You were born into the battle. This world isn't neutral. It's a battlefield disguised as a playground. And you were born into the front lines. Your life was never supposed to be average. That's why comfort never felt comfortable. You've been equipped with weapons not made by man: intuition, vision, resilience, divine authority. And now, God is calling you to use them. Your isolation had a purpose. Those seasons of loneliness, they weren't punishment. They were divine separation. God was pulling you away so He could speak to you privately. He removed the noise so you could recognize His voice. And now that you've heard Him, you can never go back to living like you didn't. Stop ignoring your spirit. You've tried to silence your intuition, tried to explain away the signs, tried to live normally. But your spirit won't let you, because your soul remembers something your mind forgot. And every time you deny it, you feel the ache deepen. That ache is your true self knocking from the inside. You have seen too much to pretend. You've seen behind the curtain. You've noticed how fake this world is, how scripted the systems are. You've seen the manipulation, the illusions, the control. And now, pretending is no longer an option. You can't unsee truth. You can only respond to it. You're being prepared for visibility. God kept you hidden for a season. He covered you while He refined you. But the season of hiding is ending. The light is coming for you. You're being positioned to be seen, not for fame but for purpose. Because your voice is needed in places still trapped in silence. Not everyone can go where you're going. Some people you love will not understand your path. They'll question your choices. They'll mock your journey. Let them. Your path is not up for public approval. God gave you the vision, not them. Walk alone if you must. You were never called to follow the crowd. You must protect your oil. Your anointing is rare. And rare things attract thieves. Be careful who you vent to, who you trust with your burdens, who you allow into your atmosphere. Because some are not sent to support you, they're sent to drain you. Guard your oil, guard your spirit, guard your peace. Your obedience will unlock doors. The breakthrough isn't just waiting, it's watching. Watching for your movement, your obedience, your yes. God won't release certain blessings until you take certain steps. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. And this time, the stakes are too high to wait any longer. The spirit realm knows your name. You may feel invisible on earth, but in the spirit, your name holds weight. Heaven recognizes you, hell fears you. Angels surround you, demons watch you. You are not ordinary, you are marked. And your presence in this generation is strategic. The time of pretending is over. You've tried to go back. Back to old habits, old mindsets, old environments. But something in you won't let you rest there. Because the old world no longer fits the new you. You've evolved, and evolution comes with exposure. You're carrying a sacred fire. There's a fire in you that won't go out. You've tried to silence it, numb it, explain it away. But it keeps burning. That's because it's not from you, it's from God. And it's meant to spread. You were built for resistance. Chosen one, life didn't break you because you were never made of what breaks. You were forged in fire, designed for pressure, crafted for spiritual warfare. This is why you feel things deeper, fight battles harder, heal slower. You're not weak, you're war ready. You just forgot for a moment. The shift is happening through you. You keep asking when things will change. But God is saying, I want to change them through you. You are the storm, you are the answer, you are the voice. Stop waiting for the world to shift, be the one who shifts it. That's why you were chosen. Your triggers are sacred teachers. Every wound, every trigger, every emotional flashback you experience, it's not weakness, it's a signal. A divine marker showing you where healing is needed and where power is buried. The enemy uses it to try and reopen old doors, but God uses it to point you to the root. Your triggers are not your enemies, they are keys. Keys that unlock ancient chains and set your soul free. You have spiritual memory. You felt like you've been here before, haven't you? Certain moments, certain people, certain places feel strangely familiar. That's because your spirit holds memory beyond this lifetime. There are things in you that can't be explained by education or experience. They were remembered, not learned. God encoded wisdom in you that this generation needs to remember. The pressure is prophecy. You felt heavy lately, not just emotionally but spiritually. As if something invisible is sitting on your chest, watching your every move. That pressure isn't random, it's prophetic. It means something is about to be birthed through you. And every attack is proof that what you carry is valuable. You were never meant to blend in. You've tried to dim your light, to wear the mask, to be accepted. But nothing felt worse than betraying your own spirit. You weren't born to be liked, you were born to lead. Even if you walk alone, let your soul walk in truth. You are walking prophecy. Every step you take now is a manifestation of promises made long ago. You are the fulfillment of prayers your ancestors whispered with broken voices. You are not just walking through life, you are fulfilling prophecy. When you speak, heaven listens. When you move, demons tremble. You are living evidence that God still honors His word. Your light will offend their darkness. Don't be surprised when your presence disturbs people. When your peace feels threatening and your joy is mocked. You don't have to fight back. Your existence is the resistance. Those who walk in darkness will always resist those who carry the light. Let it be confirmation, not discouragement. The urgency you feel is real. You're not imagining the intensity. Time is shifting, dimensions are colliding, and your spirit knows it before your mind does. That restlessness in your soul is divine urgency. It's heaven pulling you forward, faster than the world can keep up. Don't resist the acceleration, run with it. You are a portal of heaven. When you speak, you don't just communicate, you channel. When you create, you don't just build, you release the frequency of heaven on earth. You are a vessel, a divine portal for God's messages, healing, and instruction. The reason you feel things deeper is because heaven flows through you louder. You are not just human, you are a gate. Spiritual vision is activating. Have your eyes been playing tricks on you lately? Seeing flashes, glimpses of light, shadows in your peripheral vision. It's not imagination, it's activation. Your spiritual sight is coming online. God is opening your eyes to what's really around you. Your gifts are awakening violently. You're feeling overwhelmed, emotional, unstable at times. That's because your gifts aren't waking up gently, they're awakening violently. You've crossed into a season where heaven refuses to let you slumber anymore. You'll start knowing things without being told, feeling things without evidence, hearing things in the quiet. You were born into spiritual warfare. Your birth triggered alarms in the realm of darkness. That's why you face chaos early. That's why the odds were stacked against you. The enemy never wanted you to discover your authority. But now that you are, the war is escalating. Not to destroy you, but to reveal how undefeatable you truly are. You are carrying end-time codes. Your mind receives strange ideas. Your heart burns with truths that sound like prophecy. You don't fit into religion or politics, because your blueprint was never man-made. You're carrying divine codes embedded in your soul. Codes meant to awaken a generation before the end-time harvest. It's time to release what's been buried. Heaven is watching your response. You're not just being tested, you're being watched. Not for punishment, but for positioning. God is watching how you handle the calling, the temptation, the delay. Because how you respond now determines what gets released next. Don't fold, don't flinch. Stand firm, your audience is eternal. You're being upgraded from within. Your body feels different, your thoughts are shifting, your senses are sharper. That's because heaven is upgrading your spiritual system. You're receiving divine downloads, hidden wisdom, celestial instruction. You're not just awakening, you're evolving. And the new you is almost ready. You are not who you were yesterday. Something changed, didn't it? A shift in your mind, a deeper awareness, a clarity you never had before. That's not random. That's evidence that the old version of you is dissolving. Every layer of illusion is being peeled away. And what's being revealed underneath is who you were always meant to be. You're being called into sacred discipline. Chosen one, your calling is too high to live recklessly. The time for distractions, emotional entanglements, and spiritual laziness is over. God is calling you into sacred routine, prayer, silence, alignment, intentional isolation. You must steward the oil, not waste it. Because where you're going, only the disciplined survive. Some attacks were activation. That betrayal, that loss, that heartbreak you barely survived. It wasn't just pain, it was activation. It unlocked a dimension of strength you didn't know existed. It forced you into your awakening. Some wounds weren't sent to kill you, they were keys in disguise. You feel heavy because you're carrying destiny. You wake up tired, your body feels heavy, the weight in your spirit is unexplainable. It's not depression, it's destiny. You're carrying prophetic assignments that your conscious mind hasn't caught up with yet. That's why rest doesn't fix it, because this is spiritual labor. God is birthing something through you, and labor is never light. You will be misunderstood, that's proof. They'll say you're too intense, too radical, too emotional. They'll misunderstand your silence, your boldness, your choices. Don't let it discourage you, let it confirm you. Because no prophet was ever understood in the time they were sent. You weren't sent to be understood, you were sent to awaken. Your presence carries prophetic disruption. Where you go, things shift, people get uncomfortable, truths surface. Because your spirit doesn't conform, it confronts. You were designed to disrupt cycles, awaken sleeping souls, and dismantle systems of control. That's why you feel resistance wherever you go. It's not rejection, it's reverence masked as fear. The divine is now demanding full obedience. No more halfway, no more excuses, no more "I'll start tomorrow." God is drawing a line in the spirit. You've received enough warnings, enough signs, enough delays. Now he's saying, if you don't move, I will. Obedience isn't optional anymore, it's urgent. Your voice is unlocking others. Chosen one, every time you speak your truth, someone else wakes up. Your courage becomes someone else's confirmation. You're not just telling your story, you're igniting their destiny. This is why the enemy attacked your throat chakra, your self-worth, your confidence. Because your voice was always dangerous. Heaven has placed you on divine surveillance. You feel like you're being watched, and you are. But not just by the world, by heaven. Angels are monitoring your alignment. Your ancestors are cheering you on in silence. Because your next move shifts more than your life, it shifts bloodlines. You've reached your moment of separation. God is separating wheat from chaff, light from illusion, divine from deception. You're being pulled out of what's familiar and placed in what's necessary. This season will feel lonely, but it will be holy. Don't fight the separation. It's God answering prayers you didn't even know how to pray. He's not just saving you, He's preserving you. Your timeline is being accelerated. What should have taken 10 years is about to happen in 10 months. The divine is compressing time around you. This is why you feel overwhelmed, why things are shifting so fast. Because you're no longer on man's clock, you're on heaven. And when heaven says now, everything moves. You are divinely encrypted. Your calling cannot be copied. Your essence cannot be cloned. You carry a spiritual signature that no one else has. That's why certain doors open for you and stay locked for others. You're not lucky, you're encrypted. Encoded by God with purpose that hell still doesn't fully understand. What you're going through is a spiritual upgrade. The confusion, the fatigue, the emotional waves. They're not breakdowns, they're breakthroughs in disguise. God is rewiring your nervous system to handle more divine data. Your body is catching up to your spirit. You're not falling apart, you're being rebuilt for the next level. You will be called strange, embrace it. Let them call you weird, let them call you too deep. They said the same about every prophet, every visionary, every warrior before you. Normal never birthed change. Conformity never woke the masses. Your uniqueness is not an accident, it's your assignment. Own it, walk in it, let it shine. You're not seeking validation, you're being summoned. This isn't about likes, views, applause, or attention. This is a summons. Your spirit was called into alignment before your flesh could comprehend it. That's why nothing else satisfies. Because you're no longer living for applause, you're living for eternal impact. You're becoming spiritually unrecognizable. People from your past don't understand you anymore. Even your reflection feels unfamiliar some days. That's because you're not who you used to be, and you never will be again. Your spirit has outgrown the shell of who you once were. You're evolving into your true form, and it's unsettling everything around you. The illusions are falling away. Everything you thought was solid is now shaking. Relationship, systems, beliefs. That's not chaos, it's clarity. God is exposing what was never real so you can finally walk in what is. Don't mourn the illusions. They had to crumble for the truth to rise. The wilderness was your training ground. When you were isolated, overlooked, broken. That was not abandonment. That was divine training. The silence sharpened your hearing. The waiting strengthened your patience. You learned how to survive without applause. Now you'll lead from a place of spiritual integrity, not ego. Your frequency is rising. You can't tolerate what you used to. Certain environments drain you. Certain conversations irritate your soul. That's not arrogance, it's elevation. Your spirit is shedding low vibrational ties to make room for higher instruction. You are becoming a tuning fork for divine frequency. You're not ahead or behind, you're right on divine time. Comparison will try to creep in. You'll look around and wonder if you missed it. But the truth is, you're right on schedule. God doesn't use clocks, He uses kairos. And when your moment comes, nothing can stop it. Your hunger for truth is not accidental. You crave depth, you question everything, you don't accept surface-level answers. That's not rebellion, it's remembrance. Your spirit remembers a truth this world has tried to bury. And you were sent here to uncover it again and spread it like wildfire. You're stepping into prophetic authority. Your words will begin to carry more weight. You'll speak and things will shift. You'll declare and the atmosphere will obey. That's not ego, that's spiritual maturity. God is trusting you with power because you've been through the fire and didn't burn others with your pain. Now your authority comes from purity. Your spiritual DNA is awakening. There are codes within your body, truths hidden in your bones. wisdom that was asleep for generations, now awakening in you. You're not just breaking cycles, you're revering ancient agreements. This is not just for your future, it's for your entire bloodline. You are the deliverer they've been waiting for. You don't fit the mold because you were sent to break it. Religion couldn't contain you, culture couldn't label you, society couldn't box you. That's because your mission requires freedom. You weren't created to maintain what exists, you were sent to reform it. That's why you never belonged, because you were always sent to rebuild. You are being equipped in secret. The downloads you receive in silence, the sudden revelations, the hidden instruction. These aren't just thoughts, they're training. God is mentoring you directly now. Because what He's about to do through you requires no middleman. Your yes is unlocking supernatural access. Every time you surrender deeper, heaven opens wider. Your alignment is activating favor that logic can't explain. Doors are opening not because of who you know, but because of what you carry. The supernatural is drawn to your surrender. Because your yes in private is shaking things in the unseen. You're triggering strongholds just by existing. Your light bothers demons in people. Your peace offends the tormented. Your wisdom confuses the manipulative. That's not your problem, it's your proof. You're not being attacked because you're wrong, but because you're effective. The final separation is approaching. God is drawing a hard line. Not everyone can walk with you past this point. Some were seasonal, not eternal. If they leave now, bless them. Their departure is confirmation, not loss. You are walking into a realm they weren't assigned to access. This is your pre-launch pressure. It feels like everything's closing in. Like the warfare increased, like you're about to break. But this isn't breakdown, it's launch sequence. The pressure you feel is what rockets feel seconds before liftoff. Don't retreat now, you're seconds away from a divine eruption. You are not random, you are strategic. You didn't show up on Earth by chance. You were sent, assigned, positioned. Before time began, your mission was already written into the scrolls of eternity. That's why life has tried so hard to confuse you, delay you, and break you. Because when a chosen one stands in purpose, hell trembles. The warfare around you is spiritual confirmation. It's not bad luck. It's not just coincidence. It's because the enemy saw what you would become before you did. That's why you were targeted early, misunderstood often, and isolated repeatedly. Because the anointing on your life was never meant to be ordinary. You are awakening in a sleeping world. Your awareness is dangerous. When others follow blindly, you question. When others numb themselves, you feel deeply. When others conform, you break away. Because you were created not to fit in, but to call others out of spiritual sleep. God is calling you higher now. This isn't a season of staying comfortable. This is a season of separation. God is elevating you to see from the mountain, not the valley. But you must let go of the distractions. You must rise into the voice that's calling your name in the spirit. This is your final wake-up call. No more delaying. No more doubting who you are. No more waiting for permission. God says, "This is my last warning. Step into your identity or risk losing alignment." You can't keep living small when I created you for dominion. Chosen one, if your spirit is stirring right now, listen. That's not emotion. That's confirmation. You've known this message was for you from the very beginning. You felt it in your chest, in your breath, in your soul. This was heaven's reminder. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Now is the moment to choose. Will you continue to dim your light, or will you finally burn with purpose? Will you silence your voice, or will you speak even if your voice shakes? Will you sleep through your destiny, or wake up and lead the way? The world needs what you carry. God is waiting. Step into your assignment with boldness. The time for hesitation is over. Start walking like you are chosen. Start talking like heaven is backing you. Start moving like the future depends on your obedience, because it does. If this message has hit your soul, don't ignore it. This isn't just a video. It's a divine encounter. Share this with someone else who needs to remember who they are. Comment below if your spirit is awakening. And subscribe to the Chosen Era, because this is more than a channel. This is your tribe. This is your reminder. This is your time.